Okay, for this video, we are going to compare and contrast the ideologies and methodologies of Gandhi and Ho Chi Minh as nationalist leaders. I'll say up front, this is not something I do, nor have I done it in the years of study. It's just not common. In every single conversation I have ever been in, it has never come up comparing Gandhi and Ho Chi Minh. They just don't come up in the same paragraph. They don't come up in the same discussion. They don't come up in the same whole day, ever really. It is not something that happens very often. But let's do it. Okay. Gandhi was from South Asia, India. Ho Chi Minh was from East Asia, Vietnam. Same continent, but there's a world of difference between South Asia and East Asia. So even though both were from countries in Asia, there's zero similarity or history in the culture, literally zero. So two different parts of the world without any connection, even though it's the same continent as Asia. Gandhi was one generation older than Ho Chi Minh. Gandhi grew up in the late 1800s, whereas Ho Chi Minh grew up in the early 1900s. That's incredibly meaningful because Ho Chi Minh was some of his formative educational years during the communist revolution of the Soviet Union. And Gandhi grew up and formed his political ideas where communism was not a practiced political ideology. It was out there, but it had never ruled a country. And whereas when Ho Chi Minh was growing up, there had been a successful communist revolution. They both spent educational and working times in Western civilization countries. Gandhi spent a lot of time in England, where he studied to be a lawyer, and Ho Chi Minh had time in the United States and in France. Both of them liked not only their own countries and civilizations, but the Western civilization too. Gandhi had a fondness for English culture, and Ho Chi Minh respected the ideals of the American Revolution. For political ideologies, they were different, but they were both moderate. Ho Chi Minh was a communist. He was a communist believing in equality of everybody and no social classes, but he was not a hardliner, fully Stalinist communist. He was able to make compromises, and so he wasn't a full hardliner communist. And Gandhi, he was not a communist, and he was from India with the caste system, but he was very moderate, and he did not like the social classes. He was not a fan of the caste system's discrimination. And so he wasn't a communist, but he was very in the center of not liking social classes. Both of them were nationalists. Both of them wanted foreign influence out of their countries. Gandhi wanted the English out of India, and Ho Chi Minh wanted first the French, then the Japanese during World War II, and then the US during the Vietnam War out of Vietnam. He wanted Vietnam for the Vietnamese, and Gandhi wanted the English out of India. Both wanted a united country. They both loved their country. Gandhi wanted a united India where Muslims and Hindus lived together, plus many other minority religions. And Ho Chi Minh wanted a united Vietnam that were all communist, but as long as everyone liked being a communist, they would all be Vietnamese and together in a united Vietnam. The biggest difference, I guess that's what they're trying to get with the curriculum, is Gandhi used nonviolent tactics to almost 100% in its entirety, advocating for passive nonviolent resistance against the English, whereas Ho Chi Minh was a revolutionary, communist revolutionary through war, culminating in multiple violence and culminating in the Vietnam War to unite the country under communism. That is about as opposite as you can possibly get. Both were symbols for their country. Gandhi was a symbol. Gandhi was beloved by all. Multiple religions looked to Gandhi as a leader of independence. He was a uniter. People respected his word and his leadership. Ho Chi Minh was a symbol for some of the country. If you were a communist, he was your symbol in Vietnam. Many people liked Ho Chi Minh, and after the communists won the Vietnam War, well, pretty much everyone liked Ho Chi Minh. At least that's what they would say, and millions of people who didn't like Ho Chi Minh were forced out of the country at the end of the war. And so he became a symbol for a united communist Vietnam. Gandhi never held full political power in a very high office, and Ho Chi Minh did hold political power. Gandhi, they were both older when they passed away. Gandhi was assassinated, and Ho Chi Minh died of natural causes. Today, both are still symbols of their country, and they are, it's fair to say, they are both the most famous people from modern history of their countries. That's fair to say. And so there we have a compare similarities and differences. Anything else? Both passed on and died without a full ending to their journey. When Gandhi was assassinated, the country was being split apart in the partition. That is something he did not want, and he was very much against it, and he was against the violence that was coming out in the partition. Ho Chi Minh died during the Vietnam War, and so his country was still struggling for full unity, full sort of independence, and so he died when his country was still struggling. So both left before a full resolution of it's safe to say, their life's work. All right, see ya.